What the hell? Hold on one second. Thank you, bro. All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Helping Humanity Evolve. My name is Jose. That was my Halloween. I made a Halloween song and I forgot. I made this shit and I forgot I made it, bro. Right? I made it and I forgot I made it, bro. Halloween passed, bro. I never released it, bro, but I got it. It's fire. Quick shout out to my subscribers, Alea, man. Shout out to Source, you got you hear me? Shout out to my ancestors. Shout out to my archangels, my angel guys, my demon guys, and my spirit guys. I love y'all, bro. Shout out to the universe. Shout out to the Galactic Federation. Shout out to the everything. I fucking love y'all, bro. So listen, it's Tuesday, right? Hold on. It's Tuesday. It's 4:13 a.m. It's November 4th, 2025, y'all. I think I went live yesterday. So this is like a bonus. This is a bonus. But look, this is what happened. Throughout the day, I was thinking about, I watched the live I did yesterday a few times. I watched it like 3 or 4 times. And I kept listening to it. And there was a few topics that I wanted to touch on that I didn't get to touch on. So this is why I'm here. Because we're going to touch on them. So there's a lot of wannabe prophets in the world. There's a lot of phonies. There's a lot of people that just want some money. People just want to guide you the wrong way. So, with that said, anybody who's trying to put you in a group, they're not They're not knowledgeable of what's going on here. Don't listen to them. You don't belong in the group. Listen to me. If you put yourself in the group, think about this. I want you to think about this. If you put yourself in the group, you're promoting division because you're dividing yourself from the others. You understand? Unity consciousness, which is Christ consciousness, it's everyone. It's everyone. You understand me? It's everyone, bro. Whether they're aware of it or not, it's everyone. So, with that said, there's no such thing as a group. You're not in the group. You don't belong in the group. So anyone telling you that you belong in a group is guiding you wrong. They're lying to you. Right? That's one thing I wanted to touch on. Another thing is anyone who's, you got to understand that people will give you legitimate information to hook you, bro. You got to always remember that. People will always give you legitimate information to hook you. Oh, look, he's telling the truth. And then you're hooked because you think everything is true. Everything's not true. They use that shit as bait, bro. And then they steer you away from the truth. You understand me? This is what they do. I see this shit all over TikTok. It's all over Instagram. It's all over YouTube. Listen to me. These people are not real people. I don't even want to say that, bro. They're just not promoting the right things. You understand? So with that said, anyone who's placing you in the group, anyone who is placing authority over you, who's saying, I am superior than you, they're not guiding you the right way, bro, because they're still promoting division. You understand? It's like me, my name is Yahweh, right? I believe myself to be the rise of Christ. I am Jesus Christ in the flesh. You understand me? However, I forgot why I was saying that. I forgot, bro. Look, hold on. I gotta think what the fuck I was talking about, bro. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, bro. Let me think for a minute, bro. I forgot, bro. I forgot what I was talking about, bro. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, bitch. All right, anyway, anybody trying to place authority over you, okay. I consider myself to be Jesus Christ. I don't consider myself to be authority over anyone. Even though I'm connected to my Father, I don't believe I'm supposed to have control over anyone because that's not freedom. You understand me? If my goal is to be free, how can I want domination? That doesn't make no fucking sense. You understand me? So with that said, anybody who's stating or claiming dominion over you or over whatever they're not real, bro. Listen, they're not promoting the right thing. And this is going on a lot. This is going on everywhere, bro. This is why I wanted to touch on it, bro. So understand that anybody not directing you back to you, telling you meditate, go within. Don't believe every word I say, bro. Go within and ask God, ask your God if I'm telling the truth. Your God will tell you. He will tell you because we have the same God. You understand me? But you have to connect to him to find out. You have to ask your own questions. You can't just assume just because I am who I am. Go do your research. Go verify me, bro. God will verify me, bro. Go verify me, bro. I verified Rashad, bro. When I first found out about Rashad, I verified the fuck out of Rashad, bro. Who's this dude, bro? Who the fuck is this dude, bro? Why is he saying I'm a god, bro? Why is he saying I'm a god, bro? And they verified him for me, bro. He's official, bro. He's official, bro. Listen to him, bro. So I listened to him, bro. You understand? But I did my due diligence, bro. I heard him loud and clear, and I said, what the fuck? Let me take this to my father, bro. Who's Rashad Jamal, bro? Why is he saying this to me, bro? Why is he telling us we gods? What the fuck's going on? And it turns out, we are gods, bro. We are gods. He was not lying. He was not lying at all, bro. You understand me? And this is why, he was suppressed. This is why they suppressed him, bro. So anyone not guiding you back to yourself, is not a true prophet. They're not a true teacher, bro. A true teacher doesn't have to teach you forever. We only have to teach you how to fish. You understand? Once you teach a man how to fish, he can feed himself for life. So all we gotta do is teach you how to fish, bro. Which is easy. That's the easy part, bro. You know, it's up to you to do the work. It's really up to you to do the work. But you know, if you do it, you'll be fine forever, bro, for eternity, bro. Right? So I wanted to touch on that, right? What else, bro? All right. There was something I'm gonna get into something that's out there. This is out there, bro. Listen to me. This is out there. So you know, if you're not ready for the truth, I suggest you leave. Right? Leave. But this is some. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of truth because I feel like it, bro. So, how is it that we can have these superhuman abilities? And it's real. Right? I want you guys to think about this. Because this is not technology, bro. This is our natural bodies. This is not technology. This is not upgrades this is not mankind fucking with us, experimenting on us. This is our natural form. You understand me? Our natural form. So how is it that when we become our natural form, manifestation becomes instant. Teleportation becomes instant. Bro, all this shit becomes instant, bro. How? How, bro? How? Can you tell me how? Now, this is where we go down a rabbit. We're gonna go down a rabbit hole. Because how? You understand me? How? So I'm aware, listen to me. I'm aware of who I am. I'm aware of what I am. I'm aware of what I'm capable of. You understand me? So with this knowledge, the question becomes, how? How? Right? This is the question. I'm going to answer it for you. Bro. But I want you to think about this. I really want you guys to think about what I'm saying here, bro. How? What is this place? What is this place, bro? Now, we have a couple of theories. The place is a prison. It's a prison. You know, we're slaves. Right? We're oppressed. We're suppressed. You understand me? We have to pay to live here. We're slaves. This is a fact. These are facts. Right? Okay. Now, let's look at it from a divine perspective. From a divine perspective, we're in a school. This is a school. Earth is a school. We were put here to learn. We were put here to learn, bro. So, don't think that because you went to school as a child, that was your class. No, this is the school of life. This is the school of I want to say of God's, because in order for us to go back to where we were supposed to be in the beginning, we're fallen angels, we're fallen gods. In order for us to go back to being that status at the top, we had to endure and go through what it's like to not be a god. And then figure out that we are gods. And then figure out how to activate the God inside of us. You understand me? It's a game. It's a game. It's a game. It's a game. So, with that said, it's a simulation. Okay? This is going to be hard. This is going to be hard for a few people, bro. But we're going to break this down because this information needs to get out, bro. We live in a simulation. Now, how can you say that? Because you are energy. You are not this body. You are not this vessel. This is not my face. This is not my face, bro. You understand me? I am energy. I am energy. You understand that? Now, if you can understand that you are energy, just think about this, bro. Think about electricity, bro. How it powers your house, how it powers it powers your television. It recharges your phone. Okay, you are that source. That source that when you plug into the outlet to get that power, you are the power. It's you. You just didn't know. You didn't know. You had no idea. They lied to you about what you are. You understand me? So if you could somehow grasp this information, knowing that your energy, then you should be able to do the math in your own head to understand electricity, and that you are that. I am that. You are a spark of electricity. Okay? So with that, you're separate from the whole, but you can reunite with the whole because you have the ability to do that. You understand? But if you could grasp the fact that you are energy, you are electricity, then you should be able to comprehend the fact that you are a memory card. As hard as it is to explain, you are a memory card. You are a walking, talking memory. It's like we're thoughts in the mind, right? We're thoughts inside of a mind, bro. We're thoughts having thoughts, bro. It's hard to explain, bro. But we're energy floating around. We just think, we think this experience is real because we've been trapped here, bro. Listen to me. We've been trapped here, bro. If you watched yesterday's live, super villain, yo, it was good, bro. How you doing, bro? Sean, what's up, Sean? How you doing, bro? Fuck, bro. Where was I, bro? Energy. Okay. If you could comprehend the fact, I'm good, homie. That's fire, bro. Good, bro. Then you could understand the fact that we live in a simulated reality. This is a simulation. You're here having an experience. You are energy. You don't die. You never die. You never die. You just transfer, bro. So, my experiences with death has always been, I end up in a dark room or I end up in another realm, right? I always end up somewhere else. I'm never dead. I'm never really dead, bro. I mean, yes, the vessel might be gone. The vessel's not moving, but consciously I'm aware. Consciously I'm alive, bro. I'm just not inside this vessel no more. This is why I learned how to leave my body, bro. You could leave your body. You could just leave your body and go outside, bro. Like, you didn't know you could do that, bro. You could do that, bro. You understand me? This is why they got the fear. There's a fear going around that your body can be taken over, which is not possible, bro. Look, your body can be possessed if you're vibrating really low, but if you're in meditation and you're transversing realms and you leave your body, you don't have nothing to worry about, nigga. Your body's protected. You understand me? That's propaganda. They're trying to get you to be scared to meditate, to be scared to leave your body. Don't be scared, bro. You're multidimensional. You're supposed to do that, bro. You're supposed to do that. You're not supposed to sit there and play Call of Duty all day. You're not supposed to play PlayStation all day. You're supposed to go. You're supposed to go, bro. You're supposed to go. You can go. You can go anywhere, bro. Listen to me. You can go anywhere you can think of, bro. Anywhere, bro. You can create your own version of Call of Duty and go play that shit, bro. In meditation. And it'd be a whole real world with people in that bitch, bro. But it's your world. You created it. But you didn't know you could do that. You understand? But don't believe the hype. Don't believe that if you leave your body, it can get hijacked. That's not true. They cannot hijack your body, bro. They cannot take it from you. You don't have to worry about that dumb shit. That's not true. That's just fear. Anybody instilling fear, anybody who's teaching, who's instilling fear, they false prophets, bro. We don't instill fear, bro. We don't want you to be scared, bro. God, that's the last thing God wants is for you to be scared, bro. He don't want you to be scared of nothing, bro. You understand me? God wants you to be fearless, bro. God wants you to be straight up fearless, bro. So anybody saying otherwise, look, anybody teaching division, anybody teaching, like they want to rule you or they want to take over or they superior, They not good. They not good, bro. Listen to me. They no good, bro. They're not good people, bro. Anybody putting you into a group, I'm hearing this group 7 bullshit. Don't believe that. Listen to me. You're not in no group. You are not in no group. You stand alone, bro. You stand alone. Always remember that. You stand alone, bro. You know what I'm saying? We have to choose to unite with the others. You understand me? But we're not in no fucking group. We are all one. We are all equals, bro. No matter your complexion. Yes, supervillain. Supervillain. I died, listen to me, bro. And this is true. I'm not lying to you, bro. You gotta remember who I am, bro. I'm Yahweh, bro. So my first, all right, I'm not gonna get into my deaths before I realized who I was, because I died when I was 2. My mother said I died when I was 2. I jumped out. I fell out of a window. I fell off a fire escape and I died on the way to the hospital like 3 times, bro. She said I was a miracle, bro. So that happened when I was 2. You understand me? Now, do I remember it? I was 2 years old, bro. Would you remember something when you was 2? I mean, I don't know. Do I recall the memory? Sorta, kinda. Sorta, kinda. It's a blur. It's a blur. But I do get glimpses of standing out on the fire escape. I get glimpses of falling. But I don't really get the whole picture. I don't get the whole thing. But I was unaware of who I was at the age of 2. So the death that I was aware of was November 22nd, 2022. I was alone in my room. I was on shrooms. And I died, bro. Listen to me. I fucking died, bro. And I was in a dark room. I was in a dark room for long. Listen to me, bro. I was in there for an eternity, bro. And I was crying for help. I was like, help, somebody help me. Right? And then I came back. I came back. Like, I woke up in my room, bro. Holy shit, what the fuck? Bro, what the fuck? Did I just die, bro? Like, it took me a while to process what happened to me, bro. Because I came back and I was short breath, bro. Like if I wasn't breathing, bro. So, that was the first one, bro. That was the first one. The next one I had was a couple of months later. And, of course, this happened. I want to say I was, like, it was a dream. It wasn't a dream. But, your dreams are real, bro. So, with that said, I was in this dimension and I was in somebody's house, bro. And I don't know how I got there, right? All I know is when I was aware, when I realized where I was, like, holy fuck, bro, I'm in somebody's house. He got up and pointed a gun at me, bro, and just started shooting, bro. He shot me. He shot me 2 times in the chest, and I turned around to run. And he shot me 2 times in the back, bro. And I fell, bro. Listen to me. I fell, right? And I remember hitting the floor, and I'm staring at the floor, bro. I was staring at the floor for like 5 minutes before I said, yo, bro, I'm still alive. And I got up, listen to me. I got up and I was in my bed. I said, what the fuck? What the fuck? Bro, this shit is crazy, bro. Right? And then another time, I was here, bro. I was here, bro. Right? And I'm still tripping off of how it happened because I don't understand what really happened this day, bro. But I remember I was in the kitchen getting ice. I was thirsty. I was getting ice. I was getting water. And I had already came back from my mushroom journey. I was on a mushroom journey, but I had came back already, bro. It was like 3 hours after I came back. So I was already sober. I was already like good. I was just thirsty. So I went to the kitchen to get me some ice water, bro. And as I was pouring the ice, my stomach started hurting in a way I never felt before, bro. And I fell, bro. Listen to me. I fell, bro. And when I fell, I don't know. I closed my eyes. I don't know how long I was there for. But when I opened my eyes, everything was just like spinning and blurry, bro. And I crawled back to my room and I just laid in the bed, bro. But what I could tell you is Jordan came in the room like maybe 30 minutes later to give me some pizza. She said, hey, we got pizza. And she put it down and she just left, bro. She looked at me and she just left, right? And then the next day she said, yo, you look like you was dead. I said, so you was going to leave me there, bro? You was just going to leave me there, bro? If you said I look dead, why would you not tell me? But like, she said, I got scared. I never seen you like that before. I said, I think I fucking died, bro. But I remember everything. Listen to me. I remember everything, bro. Yo, the super villain. I didn't forget shit, bro. I didn't forget shit, bro. I remember every death. I could tell you about it, bro. You understand me? So, can we remember? Yes, sir. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, bro. Once you're aware, bro, you're aware, bro. You understand? Do you think death should be feared? No, not at all, supervillain. No, no, sir. Why would you fear death, bro? Death is a transition. You don't die. You're immortal, bro. You're immortal, bro. You're like right now they got you fucked up. They got you in the prison. I mean, it's a school. It's a school. But at the same time, everything's manipulated here. Everything's controlled here. Everything's monitored here, bro. You're not free. You're not free here, bro. You understand? So with that said, you need to evolve from this. You came here to evolve, bro. You have to evolve from this realm, bro. You understand me? And you have to become totally free. But you have to establish that within yourself first. You know what I'm saying? But death is nothing to fear. You know, I was afraid of death for a long time till I finally realized what the fuck I was. You know, and it's not to go outside and act tough. Don't think because you don't die that you know this vessel could withstand. You know, if you don't activate your immortality, nigga, you can die. You understand me? You can die. You can get recycled, bro. You can come back. You still got lessons to learn, bro. Don't do that again, right? So with that said, if you didn't unlock your immortality, I you know, don't think that you can't die because you can. You can lose the vessel. And once you lose the vessel, you lose the earthly experience. You don't want to lose the earthly experience. You want to activate your vessel here now, bro, so that you can fly, so that you can disappear, so that you can manifest whatever the fuck you want, so that you can live the life you was meant to live, bro. You understand me? You didn't come here to work for nobody. You came here to be a creator, bro. You came here to create and spread love, bro. That's what you came here to do, bro. That shit's scary, bro. Of course it is, bro. All your stories go crazy, bro. I remember when you said you had flying saucers holding you hostage and you couldn't move. Bro, that's true, bro. Listen to me. That's a true story, bro. I'm not lying to you, bro. That's technology that they have that you'll learn about when you leave your body. When you leave your body and you try to traverse the fucking, and you shoot up to the stars like I did, and you try to go through the portals and they catch you and take you back home, you'll be like, holy fuck, this nigga was telling the truth. Yeah, nigga, that's technology that they have to keep you suppressed, bro. You're not totally free here, bro. How is it that I could leave my body and still get captured, bro? And still get captured, bro? What the fuck? What kind of place is this? This is why we have to activate. You understand? Because we have to regain control. Right now, we don't have control, bro. But no, supervillain, I would not fear death. I mean, don't take it lightly. Just realize you can lose the experience, bro. You don't want to lose your earthly experience. You want to keep it. So, you know, if you're gonna, you know, become immortal first, right? Become immortal, activate your immortality, right? And then you can fuck around, right? And then you can fuck around, bro. You feel like in one of those movies where the dude keeps dying, just coming back, right? Or the girl who keeps dying, just keep coming back, like nothing could kill her. You'll be like that, bro. Nothing that happens to you will kill you, bro. You'll just fix yourself and get back up. Right, but this is how it's meant to be, bro. This is how it's meant to be. But we didn't know we could do that. We didn't know that our brains were that fucking powerful, bro. You know, and it's not just the brain, it's the brain working in unison with the heart. You understand me? It's using the two together that's manifesting and you and creating this magic within you, bro. You understand me? Using your organs to create magic. You understand me? This is facts, bro. You know, but they didn't teach you this shit, bro. How did they deploy that kind of tech? Bro, I believe we're under surveillance, bro. We're under surveillance, bro. All day, every day, bro. How did they know I left my body, bro? How the fuck did they know, bro? This is why this is why this shit had me so fucked up. Because I shot up, bro. I knew what I wanted to do, bro. And I shot straight into outer space, bro. And I started transversing the fucking universe, bro. But these niggas was hot on my tail, bro. And I knew it, bro. And I tried to evade them, bro. I was trying to go through a portal to get away from them, bro. But they caught me, bro. They caught me in a way I couldn't move, bro. Like they fucking froze me, bro. And they brought me back to my house. How did they know where I lived? I was all the way to fucking outer space, bro. When they caught me, bro. They brought me back to New Jersey. They brought me right back to New Jersey in my fucking 4th floor apartment, bro. You understand? They put me in my kitchen and made me stand there, bro. They made me stand there, bro. Like they was waiting for me to get sober, bro. It happened to me 3 times that night, bro. I remember that shit like it was yesterday, bro. You understand me? It happened, bro. You once said in the spiritual, there's a line to come to earth. If that is so, how do you lose the earthly experience? You lose it by dying, bro. Once you die, that's it, bro. You understand me? Once you die, that's it, bro. Somebody else comes in. You understand me? Now, you can choose to come back. You can choose to come back or you can choose to go home. It's up to you. You understand me? You have to become aware of what you are, bro. You have to become aware of what you are so that they can't trick you because they've been tricking us for a long time, bro. Did you show my live yesterday, bro? I think you did because you left a comment. Thank you for leaving comments, bro. But I talked about this shit, bro. I talked about this. I watched the SCP Foundation, bro. I don't know if y'all watch SCP Foundation. I watched a lot of this shit, bro. I believe these entities exist, bro. I really believe they exist because they've been experimenting on us for so fucking long. You know how many things they created that they lost control of and they try to lock it away and keep it away from us so it don't kill everybody, right? So whatever. They spoke about, yo, bro, they spoke about Cain and Abel, bro. They talked about Cain and Abel. And they got these niggas, they got both of them niggas separated, bro. But they got them locked down. Like, they both immortal, bro. You can't kill them. But they got them separated. They're captured, right? And they told the story of before, you know, of how humanity, or how the gods, I should say, how the gods fell. They told the story of how the gods fell. So this story really intrigued me. And not only that, bro, I resonated with this shit, bro. So with that, I was like, I gotta talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Because holy fuck. So the gods walked among men. We always been here. You understand? Now we look different. We look different because remember the aliens were here too. So the gods that I saw had 6. They had 6 eyes. 2, 4, 6. They had 6 eyes. They had like a greenish color, bro. You understand me? But they were gods. They were gods. And they were helping humanity. Now, they created these devices to help people that had traumas. You understand me? People who had traumas. People who saw things that traumatized them. And what they did was they had advanced technologies. So they created these devices to help wipe their memories so that they won't remember the traumas. And what the humans did was they used this technology against the gods. And they wiped the gods' memory, bro. You understand me? Made them forget they were gods. And then they wiped their own memory and it hit the devices, bro. It hit the technology, bro. So guess what? We lost the technology. We lost the memory of what we are. And they lost the memory of what they did to us. We can't prove it. But this is the story. And this is true, bro. This is true, bro. You understand me? Exactly what is the surveillance? Because the government isn't that powerful. You'll be surprised, buddy. Listen to me. You'll be surprised, buddy. What is the surveillance? All right, you want me to get into that, bro? I'm going to get into that for you, bro. Let me start with the one not many know about, all right? The first one is your router, your Wi-Fi router. Do you understand me? Your Wi-Fi router detects heat signals. Your Wi-Fi router can tell it sends out frequency. It sends out frequencies, right? And these frequencies pick up heat signatures. You understand me? So they can see what you're doing without even a camera. Without even a fucking camera, they can see what you're doing in your whole apartment, bro, or your whole fucking house. With just the Wi-Fi router, bro. Now, we're not going to talk about the satellites that's in the skies and what they can do behind the scenes with their computers, bro, because they can zoom in on anybody's house at any given moment, whenever the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying? That's real. That's real technology. That's surveillance, bro. Your telephone is surveillance. Your television has a camera in it that you're unaware of. That's fucking surveillance, bro. But you're unaware of this, bro. You don't know this shit, bro. You think everything, oh, it's just a TV. No, nigga, that TV got a camera in it, bro. And they watching you, bro. They been watching you, bro. You understand me? You a god, bro. They gotta watch all of us. They gotta make sure we don't wake up. And they know their time is up, bro. Their time is up, bro. But understand, you are under surveillance. Think about it, bro. That's just in your house. Listen to me. That's just in your house. You haven't even left your house yet. Look at how much surveillance they got on you already. And you didn't even leave your house. You actually paid for that surveillance. You paid for that TV. You paid for that telephone on a monthly basis. So you're paying for them to surveil you, bro. Look at how bad they tricked you, bro. They got you paying so they could watch you, bro. He's gonna make that phone bill. He's gonna pay that phone bill, bro, so we can keep monitoring him. You understand me? He needs it. He's gonna keep that television hung up. He needs it. We can keep watching him that way. If he leaves the phone there, we'll watch him this way. If we can't watch him through the TV and the phone, we're gonna check the router and see where he's at. He's got to be somewhere in the house. If not, we're gonna check the satellites and track his car. You understand me? We're gonna track you, bro. They're gonna track you, bro. No matter where you go. He's not in the house. Track the phone. No matter where you go, bro. No matter where you go, you are under surveillance, man. Don't think otherwise, bro. And don't think that if you leave, I don't care if you don't got no router in your house, you don't got no TV in your house, you don't got no cell phone in your house, and you take your ass to the middle of the Himalayas by yourself, in the middle of fucking God knows where, nowhere, by yourself with the animals, they still watching you, bro. they still watching you, bro. You understand me? That's how deep this shit is, bro. You are energy, bro. You are energy. This place is a simulation, bro. You are being watched 24/7, whether you like it or not. You understand me? They watch you every time you fuck your girl, every time you jerk off, anytime you do whatever the fuck you doing. You think you by yourself, nah, nigga. You got a whole audience, bro. You got a whole audience, bro. Go on the dark web. I bet you find yourself on there somewhere. This shit is crazy. What about in the spiritual realm? Who is the surveillance? Okay, so let's talk about that. Because that's, it's the same, bro, it's the same. Think about it. Unity consciousness. Unity consciousness. Christ consciousness is unity consciousness. That means that we are connected, bro. That means that I know everything about you and you know everything about me because you're in my head and I'm in your head. You understand me? We're connected to the same mind. You understand that? So, with that said, in the spirit world, there's no surveillance. Everybody just knows. We just know. You understand? But we're connected. We're connected, bro. Now, I don't have to dig into your mind. I don't have to. That's a choice. But we're connected to the one mind, which is everything. Everything. So you can't hide nothing. You can't hide nothing, bro. Because anybody who chooses to dig is going to do it. And there's billions upon billions of people connected to this consciousness. You understand me? So who's surveilling you? Your family, bro. Your family, bro. They're with you all the time because you're connected to them. You understand me? That's how this shit works, bro. There's no secrets. There's no secrets here, bro. This is the one mind, the united mind. You understand? We're all one. We're all one. We already know. This is how we could talk telepathically. You understand me? Because we already know. Does that answer your question, bro? Are there any evil forces in this? Of course there are. They're everywhere, bro. They're everywhere, bro. They're everywhere, bro. This is why you got to use discernment, bro. You understand me? But once you walk in your own light, bro, listen to me. Your aura's going to grow, bro. Listen to me. Your aura's going to grow, bro. You're going to have, like my aura right now is probably like 6 to 8 feet wide, bro. So when they see me in the spirit, nigga, they're like, God damn, that nigga's big. Yeah, nigga, get the fuck away, bro. You understand me? They don't bother me, bro. They don't bother me at all, bro. They know better, bro. But you got to build that up. That takes, you got to build it up, bro. And you got to go over there. You got to go over there, bro. You know? But yeah, this, and they're not evil. Look, there's no such thing as evil, bro. Evil doesn't exist, bro. They're just people of the light playing a part, playing a role. They want to experience the dark side for a little while. We all did. That's why we did the dumb shit we did. You understand? But eventually you're going to come back to the light. So don't look at them as evil, because then you're going to be placing divides again, which you're not supposed to place divides. They're still of the light. They're just stupid right now. Right? But they're still your brother. They're still your sister, bro. You still have to love them. They're just not right now. And you have to understand that. And you can't judge them for it. You cannot judge them. You have to let them be and just, and just forgive. That's how this shit works, bro. Bro, it's kind of terrifying. Imagine having a spiritual enemy. Why would you be terrified if you're God? Listen to me, you're God. Who can defeat God? Tell me who can defeat God, bro. Name one person who can defeat God, bro. And you're God. So what the fuck are you scared of? See, fear got a grip on you, buddy. You got to stop being afraid, bro. Fear. Once fear gets a grip on you, bro, that's a hard thing to get out of. But you need to understand at your core, you're fucking God. You are God, bro. Nothing can hurt you, bro. Nothing can defeat you, bro. There's no such thing as evil, bro. There's only stupid people. They're still your brothers and sisters. They're still of the light, bro. You know what I'm saying? Overcome the fear, bro. God is fearless, bro. Don't be terrified of nothing, bro. You are immortal. You are eternal, bro. You are eternal, bro. Sit down with that, bro. Sit down with that, bro. Listen to me. Really sit down with that, bro. You are eternal, bro. You are energy, bro. You don't die, bro. You are God at the core. You are God at the core. Sit down with that, bro, and come to the realization that that's what you are. Because once you do that, bro, nothing can scare you. Nothing's going to scare you no more, bro. I mean, it might make you jump. Oh, shit, right? But you're God. Fuck out of here, nigga. I created you. I created you, nigga. That's how I'll be doing, bro. I created you, nigga. I'll smack you, bro. Fuck out of here, bro. Bro, your words will always stay in my heart. They carry a feeling. Bro, I'm telling you facts, bro. I'm telling you facts, bro. I'm not lying to you, bro. You hear me? Look, I got every reason in the world right now to be afraid, bro. Nobody knows what I'm going through, bro. I got every reason to be afraid. Yeah, I don't have an ounce of fucking fear in me for some reason. Not even one, bro. My father told me don't worry about shit, bro. So I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, because that's fear. And he said fear, if you let fear overcome you, it's going to stop you from progressing. You can't let fear overcome you. You have to face it with courage. So you have to face fear with courage. You know what I'm saying? And they told me that, bro. So, whenever you feel afraid, bro, figure out why. Right? Why am I afraid of this? Why? Right? And come to terms with it and release it, bro, because fuck you. I'm not scared of shit, bro. I ain't scared of shit, bro. I need to figure out why this thing scared me. Why did this thing scare me if I'm not scared of nothing, bro? How did this thing scare me, bro? And then figure it out and get it the fuck out of here, bro. I ain't scared of nothing, bro. It might have made me jump. It might have scared me for a minute, but I took that shit right into meditation. Tell me why this scared me, bro. Why was I afraid of this, right? And this is how you overcome. This is how you overcome things. This is how they taught me, bro. This is how I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? Let me think. I touched on the false prophets, right? I'm always gonna refer you back to you. I'm always gonna tell you, no matter what I say, go into meditation and ask your God. Ask your God the questions you feel that need to be asked. Jose said this. Is this true? Because that's what I did. Rashad Jamal said this. Is this true, bro? Why did he say I was God? Why did Rashad Jamal say I was God, bro? Please tell me this, bro. Please tell me this, bro. Why did Rashad Jamal say I was God? I don't understand. Right? That's what I did, bro. And guess what? It turns out I'm a God, right? It turns out I'm a God. But I had to go ask. I had to ask. This dude said this, bro. I don't even know this dude, bro. But I feel like he's telling me the truth. So I need to know. I need to know, bro. And he, sure enough, Rashad's a God. That's a God. That's your brother, bro. Listen to him. He's not lying to you. Right? And next thing I know, my boy's in jail, bro. My boy's in jail, bro. He's in jail, bro. And I'm activated, bro. You understand? So take it to your God, bro. It's okay. Yo, Yahweh said this on his life, bro. Is it true? Yahweh said this on his life. Is it true? And see what your God says. Feel that shit, bro. He's going to tell you. It's either going to make your stomach hurt. Nah, nigga lying, bro. Or you're going to feel like you're going to get goosebumps. He's telling you the truth. He's telling you the truth. You're going to feel it. You're going to know it. It's annoying. Understand? It's annoying. It's a feeling, bro. If you got any doubt in there at all, at your stomach, you understand? Your stomach's going to hurt. It's going, shit, man. I'm telling you now. You know what I'm saying? And when your heart flutters, and you get goosebumps, and your feet feel light, nigga, that's facts. Nigga, for me, that's facts. But holy fuck, that's facts, bro. Nigga, that shit made me float. Nigga, that shit made me float. My whole body resonated with that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I could tell when people lie or tell the truth, because my body reacts. My body reacts, bro. The false prophets are not as aware as you are about what you're saying. It's like how they say it in vain. Well, that's because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, bro. People, it's like I told you, people watch other people and they grab bits and pieces and then they go teach their audience when they don't even know what the fuck they're talking about because they never had the experience. You understand? That's how I'm able to talk to you, bro. I'm able to break shit down. If you go watch any of my old lives and you bring up anything I talked about, I could sit here and refresh the whole topic for you because I remember that shit like it was just because it happened, bro. It happened to me, bro. When something happens to you, you never forget that shit, bro. You understand me? I'll never forget that shit. And ain't nothing wrong with me, bro. I'm perfectly sane. I'm the smartest man ever, bro. You know what I'm saying? Society's fucked up. The society we live in is fucked up, bro. Mainly New York City. New York City's a really fucked up city, bro. And I'm gonna expose y'all bitch ass niggas, bro, because y'all some real fucked up people over there, bro. You understand me? But that's New York for you, bro. Timothy, that's wonderful, bro. Just be respectful, please. All right, thank you, bro. What else, bro? I don't think I want to talk about nothing else. But I think I'm leaving, bro. I'm leaving, bro. Yo, super villain, it was good to see you, bro. I'm gonna come live. I'm gonna come live more, bro. I love y'all, bro. I'm gonna holler at y'all. I'll be back soon, man. Have a wonderful day, y'all.